Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Wow. Can you hear me? Chris, can you hear me? I want to see that you can hear me. Nzabu, nzabu, enyi mba enyi. O mere mpịaka si. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Can you hear me? Okay. Anyị apụtago maka ndị Igbo. Now we there here. Now we there here. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Please like and share, like and share, like and share. I am directly on the sun. The sun is setting from there. Share, 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 like and like. Welcome others as well. Welcome others as well. We'll spend at least 2 hours here. I'm in an open place. I don't want distraction. I don't want distraction. That is why I came to this an open place. So just like and share. Comment as well where you are watching us from. Yes, I see you, Chris. Chris, you are welcome. Thank you for joining. Adarele Lekan, I see you as well. Thank you for joining me. I see you. Echosa Family TV, I see you. Thank you for joining me. Josephine James, I see you. Thank you for joining. Please like and share. Like, share. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go. Tell us where you are watching us from. Tell us where you are watching us from. It was very interesting to welcome you as well. Very important. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I welcome you. I welcome you all this morning. We are going to don't be withered. Don't be weakened by the strength of the enemy, whatever they come with. Just have your trust in Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the Biafra of my dream, the Biafra of our dream. It's not the Biafra of their dream. Thank you. Please like and share, so that more people can join us. Very, very important. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Like and share, like and share, like and share. We are live and direct. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on TikTok, any social media handle at all. Let's continue to share. Wow, you are watching from the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome. Who is watching from the land of our ancestors? Anybody watching from motherland? Who is watching from the land of my ancestors? The land of Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself, the creator of heaven and the creator of earth. Tụkwasị Chukwu obi. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Biafrans. Wonderful people and lovers of freedom all over the world. I want to welcome you this morning for this wonderful occasion. this wonderful broadcast this morning. I appreciate your presence for joining me this morning. It's very, very important that we continue to preach this message. The baton, the responsibility has fallen on our shoulders. That work for Biafra to be restored, the responsibility is now upon you. It is now upon me. And we are not going to shy away from it. This generation of Biafrans, it has fallen upon our shoulders to fight so that Biafra will be restored. Our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, fought a very wonderful fight. During his days, they tried their possible best on their own way and contribution to make sure that Biafra is restored. Eventually, Biafra was not totally restored at that time. And because of that, a lot of our people died. A lot of people paid the ultimate price. A lot of families have not recovered from what happened during the 1967 to 1970 war up to this moment, because their dreams were shattered. Their dreams of a free Biafran nation was shattered. It only lasted for only 3 years. After that, Uwazurike continued from where they stopped. Uwazurike tried his best, but his best was not good enough. Uwazurike succumbed to the antics of the Nigerian state. A lot of families were also shattered as well. A lot of properties were destroyed. The Nigerian government made policies that were inimical against our region and against our people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took up that responsibility to continue from where Uwazurike dropped off. Our leader introduced a unification approach where he wanted to unite every Biafran, because he discovered that lack of unification was a contributory factor that led to Biafra not being restored. So our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, took up that challenge and that responsibility once again. And when Nigerian government saw what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing, they now understand that the dream of a free Biafran nation is visible and it is possible. They tried to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They tried to destroy that dream. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never withered. He pushed on and on and on and on. Even towards the finishing line, he handed in the baton to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpan Joko. And that is the process that each and every one of us is on up to this moment. So, this morning, I want you to know that the dream of our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, the dream of our Uwazurike, The dream of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the dream of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and the dream of each and every one of us that is in this fight, the dream of every one of us is Biafra. I want you to know that dreams come true. Dreams come true. Without that possibility, nature will not allow us to have it. Without the possibility that it is possible for you to have a dream and that dream comes true, nature will not incite us, will not allow us to have that dreams. Somebody can dream to be a technician. It is possible when you work towards this dream of being a technician. Somebody can dream of being a doctor. That dream is possible if you work towards that dream. In some cases, when we want to go to school, we have our different dreams. I may like to be a lawyer, but your parents may want you to be a doctor, or they want you to be an engineer. You find out that at the course of your studies, towards that doctor you want to be, eventually you discover that you have a passion for engineering. That does not mean that your dream have not come true. You may have, you may have the mind, the opinion of being a doctor, but at that particular time, you didn't actually discover that is your passion, but you wanted to be that. But once you progress, you will now understand that your passion is in engineering. In this case, the dream of a free Biafran nation is my dream. It's your dream. It may not be their dream. I want Biafra to be restored. You want Biafra to be restored, but not everybody wants Biafra to be restored. So what is your dream for a free Biafra nation? What is your dream for a Biafra that you are fighting for? Because I am going to go through a different approach. For most of our people who are fighting for Biafra, their dream may be different from my dream. Your dream and my dream may be the same. My dream and our dream may be the same, but their dream may be different from the dream that each and every one of us want. The Biafra of our dream, is it possible? The Biafra of my dream is possible. The Biafra of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream is possible. The Biafra of Mazi Simon Ekpa's dream is possible. The Biafra of our eternal leader Odumegwu Ojukwo's dream is possible. But the Biafra of the Nigerian governors in Biafra land, can it be the dream that you and I have? It can never be. So, is my Biafra and your Biafra possible? I ask you. I want us to reflect on the fact that our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, used all the properties of his father to make sure that his dream of a free Biafran nation comes to friction. Our eternal leader wants a Biafra of law and order. our eternal leader, want a Biafra where everybody will participate in the policy making of his nation. Our eternal leader wants a Biafra where there are no more bloodsheds. Our eternal leader wants a Biafra whereby this policy of live and let live is implemented. Our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, fought for a Biafra whereby each and every one of us will have a sense of belonging. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, and you and I that are here today, we want same Biafra with our eternal leader. We want same Biafra where there is freedom of expression. We want a Biafra where there is rule of law. We want a Biafra where there is equity, peace, and justice. We want a Biafran nation whereby the males and the females have an equal right. We want a Biafran nation whereby the children can have access to good education. We want a free Biafran nation whereby the elderly can be taken care of by the government. We want a free Biafran nation whereby there is security of lives and properties. We want a free Biafran nation where there is infrastructures development. We want a Biafra where there is employment. We want a Biafra where the roads are passable. We want a Biafra where you have industrialization. We want a Biafra where the people can live in peace. We want a Biafra whereby each and every one of us can be proud to call that our nation. That is the kind of Biafra that I want. That is the kind of Biafra that I know that you want. That is the kind of Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering for. That is the kind of Biafra that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku is suffering for. That is the kind of Biafra that the Biafran Defense Forces are fighting for. That is the kind of Biafra that you that is in diaspora, that have put all your resources in, is fighting for. But is that the same Biafra that they are fighting for? Is that the same Biafra that they are fighting for? It can never be the same Biafra. I want you to understand that the reason why the southeastern governors, the reason why the political players from the southeast, the reason why the Yeye that we have in our land, that they are not joining us to fight for Biafra, it is not because they don't want Biafra. They don't want the Biafra that you yourself are clamoring for. They don't want the same Biafra that you want. Take for instance, if you are a criminal, you have excelled in criminal activities, you have succeeded in your crime, you will want a Biafra where there is criminality. Yes. If you are a fraudster, you have succeeded in defrauding a lot of people. You have succeeded in making money out of forgery, out of fraud. You have built mansions, you have built houses, you have properties here and there. You made it out of fraud. You will want a Biafra nation where fraud can thrive. If you are a Biafran and you are lawless, You also want a Biafra where there is lawlessness. If you are a Biafran where there is no obedience to the constitution, just like in Nigeria, where the political players, they evade the law. The law is not, according to them, the law respects them a lot. They don't respect the law. They are the law themselves. In other words, they will want a Biafra where they will be lawless, where they will have control over. That is the reason why you saw or you heard people saying that if this Biafra that you are fighting, if Simon Ekpa will bring us Biafra, if it is Biafra that Simon Ekpa will bring, let Biafra not come. Because they know, they understand that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, we want a Biafra where there is rule of law. We want a Biafra where there is equity and justice. So therefore, these people who are not fighting for Biafra with us, they don't want the kind of Biafra that you want. They don't want the kind of Biafra that I want. But then, that kind of Biafra that you want is possible with me and you, if all of us agree that this is the kind of Biafra that we want. My wonderful people and lovers of freedom, I want you to understand that dreams come true, because without that possibility, nature will not incite us to have them. A free Biafra nation is possible, is visible, only when you and I work towards it. The Biafra of my dream, the Biafra of our dream may be different, is different from the Biafra of their dream. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, went to London. He studied in the in UK. And he took his time. He took his time to do research on the reason why Biafra was not restored between 1967 to 1970. And what he found out was very, very shocking. The reason why Biafra was not restored by our eternal leader Odumegwu Ojukwu was because a lot of people want a different set of Biafra than the Biafra that our eternal leader wanted. That was why there was a lot of sabotages. Eternal leader wanted a Biafra, like I said earlier, a Biafra where everybody will be comfortable, a Biafra whereby the government will be responsible to the people. But the likes of Iab Asika and Ife Ajuna didn't want that kind of Biafra. They wanted a Biafra where criminality will thrive. They wanted a Biafra whereby Nigeria will play a part in what happens in Biafra. As a matter of fact, they wanted a Biafra that Nigeria can be able to have control over. But that is not the Biafra that our eternal leader Odumegwu Ojukwu wanted. So when our leader went to London and studied about why we fell during the war, he now came back. He now came back and started educating our people. For our people to understand why we need a free Biafra nation. Outside the killings that we have, that was a major contributory factor to the reason why a lot of all these our leaders wanted Biafra. That is one of the major contributory factors that made them to say, no, enough is enough. But outside that, our leader looked at United Kingdom, looked at how the government policies work, look at the rule of law, looked at how the government takes care of its citizens, look at how their policies, their systems work, and considered what the United Kingdom have that is making their economy to thrive, that is making them to boom in whatever they are doing. Then our leader looked back. I understand, and he understood that what the United Kingdom have, we have it in quantum. Why can't we fight for a free Biafra nation? He now discovered that the reason why the war failed was not only because of the sabotage of Okpa Biasika and Ife Ajuna and other Biafrans. No, he discovered that United Kingdom have a stake in Biafra. He discovered that most of the Western allies, they have a stake in Biafra. And because of that, because they have had a pact with the Nigerian state, they decided to make sure that we are held hostage till perpetuity. Because of that agreement, because of that pact that they had with the Nigerian state, that pact is to make sure that our natural resources were not used for the benefit of the Biafran people. And our leader looked at this and said, if these people can have such plans against my people, I will not accept that. I have to go and fight, because he knows that before his people can be free, a lot of sacrifices has to go through it. A lot of things have to be involved before his people can be free. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being so intelligent that he is, he first of all came back to Nigeria and looked at the terrain. He first of all made consultations. This was before he started in 2012. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu first of all came back and made consultations from the political players and from the chiefs and various community heads in Biafran land. He told them, he made them to understand that the reason why this war failed us, the reason why we could not be free between 1967 to 1970 is because the world came against us. Not because they love Nigeria, but for the singular reason that our natural resources, they want our natural resources. And if we don't rise up and challenge them, if we don't rise up and prevent them, that we are going to remain slaves in this land that our ancestors gave to us. So therefore, it is very, very imperative that each and every one of you understand that the slavery is going to involve each and every one of us. Unless we rise up, unless we fight for this freedom that I am talking about. Otherwise, your children, my children, will be slaves in this land that God has given to us before our leader went back to the United Kingdom. That time he has not come fully to start for the agitation. So when he went back to the United Kingdom and started his studies, started his research, he looked at the complexity of Nigeria. He looked at what is involved, the political structure in Nigeria, and knew that it would be an uphill task for Biafra to exit Nigeria if a thorough awareness, education was not created among the people. If the people did not see his reasons for coming to fight for them. What did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do? First of all, having considered the structure of Nigeria, having considered the military degree, the constitution that the Nigerian government is using to rule their people, he now knew that the only way he can convince Biafrans, the only way that he can convince people to join him to fight for this freedom is, first of all, to appeal to the Nigerian government to regionalize, to appeal to the Nigerian government to regionalize their government, to restructure Nigeria so that every region will contribute to the center. Listen, this is how the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up in order to convince Biafrans for the need to fight for their freedom. So he came up with this mindset that the Nigerian government should restructure Nigeria. But he knows that since Nigeria had been taken over by the British, that the British hated us. And if regionalization is accepted by everybody, then the East will be able to make hay, while the West and the North will not beat us when it comes to development, infrastructure, human resource development, and all the rest of it. So, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to have something tangible that he can present to the people as his reason for demanding for a free Biafra nation that is visible for him, for his generation, and for his likes. So what did he do? He went in on 2019, and I think in 2009, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started canvassing for Nigeria to be restructured. Because the reason why he canvassed for Nigerian restructuring was that he saw the political occupation by the North and the West. Yet this North and the West are saying that we are one Nigeria. He saw how Biafrans who are in the North pay prices where anything arises. When Muhammad is criticized in Saudi Arabia, Biafrans will bear the price. When Muhammad is being beheaded in the picture or the Quran is being defecated upon in the United Kingdom, Biafrans will bear the price. When Muhammad is being criticized in Turkey, in Japan, in France, even in China or in Russia, the people that will pay the price are Biafrans in the North. Then when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu considered all these things, yet the Nigerian government, the leaders of Nigeria say, oh, we are one nation, let us do this, we are going to do that, and we are going to restructure, we are going to make Nigeria better for everybody to profit from it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, okay, let me capitalize on the promulgation of a restructured Nigeria so that he can see if Nigerians restructuring is possible. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went on the streets of London, I think in 2009, he clamored for a restructured Nigeria, having at the back of his mind, at the front of his mind, that he is looking for a Biafra of his choice, a Biafra of his dream. But before he can't just come out and say, we need Biafra, we need Biafra. He has to start from telling the Nigerian government to restructure Nigeria so that every region can develop at their own pace and contribute to the center. When this was presented to the Nigerian government, they said restructuring, they will restructure Nigeria. They started promising they will restructure Nigeria, they will restructure Nigeria, they will restructure Nigeria. when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw that Nigerian restructuring is not visible, it is not possible, he already knew this. Remember, he went to Biafra land and made consultations before he now traveled back to the United Kingdom. The reason why he went to make consultations, the reason why he came and started asking for a restructured Nigeria is for the same people that he spoke with to understand that there is a plot, there is a ploy, there is a plan against Biafrans. There is a plan against our region, which has been under implementation by the British. So in order to prove to them the point that he has made to them, he came and asked for Nigeria to be restructured. Now Nigeria was not restructured. They ignored him. Obasanjo ignored Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Goodluck Jonathan ignored Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari ignored Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. According to them, they said Nigeria is okay the way it is. But that is not a nation of our leader's dream. That is not a nation. That is not a country of his dream. Because in Nigeria, there is no justice. There is no rule of law. There is no security. There is no employment. There is no industrialization. There is no good road network. There is no healthcare system. This is not the nation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream. So therefore, he has to present the Biafra of his dream to his people. And when Nigeria failed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he now came back home. He now came back home to educate our people on the Biafra of his dream, the Biafra of my dream, and the Biafra of your dream. In 2015, even when he was making broadcasts, you know, he started in 2012. In 2009, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu advocated for a restructured Nigeria. 2010, 2011, nothing happened. Nigeria continued to go into election, bringing so many criminals, and things get worse for Biafrans who are living in the north. People can no longer be comfortable, especially we Biafrans. So these 3 years that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for Nigeria to restructure, nothing was happening. So in 2012, our leader started that awareness creation. He has already spoken to certain individuals about the need for us to have a nation of our dream. A nation whereby everybody will be comfortable. A nation whereby the government will be responsible to the people. He started Radio Biafra and started making his broadcast, started teaching our people that we are one people. Because one of the reasons why the war failed, one of the reasons why the Nigerian government committed a lot of atrocities in our land was because of a bad and evil propaganda that they carried out in the coastal region, part of the hinterland of Biafra land, where they were brainwashing our people that we are not one people, that we are different. So when our leader in 2012 started, he started preaching, he started educating our people, telling us that we are one people, telling us that we come from the same womb, telling us that the only difference between us is the language, but we are one people, Ndibo. He started that education so that the mindset of our people who were deceived during the war, the mindset of our people can now come back for them to recollect what actually played out. Because during the war, a lot of Biafran families were heartbroken because the Nigerian government had a policy of using their own soldiers to impersonate Biafran soldiers and committing atrocities in certain regions of Biafra land. So when such individuals saw this kind of individuals coming to their communities, killing, using Biafran uniform, they were devastated and they decided not to join the Biafran people in order to fight for their freedom. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this education, a lot of families, a lot of communities, a lot of states started getting that awareness. Even there were testimonies of people who came and confirmed what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying. So in 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told the Nigerian government, because he was making broadcasts and they were criticizing him and telling, okay, you are there in faraway America, in faraway United Kingdom, ranting, making noise. Come back to Nigeria. Come back if you are really serious about what you are saying or what you are preaching. So in 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to go back home. And he said, I am coming home. The reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left the United Kingdom is to prove to the world, is to prove to the Nigerian government that that nation, that country of his dream is what he wants. Since they could not implement his suggestion on restructuring Nigeria, that because of the atrocities of the Nigerian state against the Biafran people, that he is now opting out for that contraction called Nigeria. So in 2015, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went back to Nigeria, just like he promised, just like he said. And immediately he got home, he was kidnapped. They came to his hotel in Lagos and took him away. That began the journey that you and I are here today. The Biafra of our dream. The Biafra of our dream started on a very wonderful note. Outside that education that our eternal leader had during that period, and the education that Wazirike had during his own time, the era of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, educating our people about the need for us to unite, was a very wonderful one. That is the Biafra of our dream. That is the Biafra of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream. That is the Biafra of our Dumego Ojuko's dream. That is the Biafra of Mazi Simon Ekpa's dream. That is the Biafra of our dream. And that is why we are here today. It is visible. It is possible. Only if you and I will understand that it is not everybody that is talking about Biafra that will like that kind of Biafra that you want. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came down, he was taken away because the reason why they took him away, because they never wanted that Biafra of his dream to materialize. Yes, they didn't want that Biafra of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream to come to pass, because they saw in him somebody who is going to make things happen for Biafra to be actualized. So they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when they took him away, he has already built a community. He has already built individuals. He has already built freedom fighters who have the same mindset, who have the same dreams that he has. And in 2017, he was released. And when he was released, during the time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, a lot of Biafrans now came together and remember that teaching, that consultation that he made earlier before he went back to the United Kingdom. They now started galvanizing Biafran. One of the men, a very hardcore Biafran that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to create a very solid foundation, a very solid awareness in the coastal regions, in the hinterland of Biafra, was a man. He is late today. Mgbochi Oya ka ọgwụgwụ ya. Most of you don't know that man. That man is the pillar. That man is one of the foundations of Eastern Security Network that was defunct and converted to Biafran Liberation Army, or the Biafran Defense Forces. Mbochioya Kobogoya. He is a man that have the same mindset with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was among the first people, the first persons that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu consulted. They went indoors and they discussed about the Biafra of our dream. They considered the sufferings that we are suffering in Nigeria. They considered the killings that is happening in the north. They considered the economic destruction that is happening in Biafran territory. They considered the fact that the Nigerian government never wanted our land to be industrialized. They considered the hatred that the Nigerian government has against the Biafran people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sat down with Mbochioria Kogbogoya and some other elders. But that Mbochi was a man that was at the forefront because he saw what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw. He saw it. And he said that wherever you go, Ohamadike, that is where I am going to be. So they designed a formula whereby the Biafra of their dream can come to pass. Mbochioria Kogogoya helped create an awareness for the Biafra of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream. And there are other elders who never wanted to come out in the open to make themselves known, but they were working behind the clock with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure that the dreams of a free Biafran nation come to materialization. So in 2017 that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was released, he went back to remind these elders. He consulted before he went to UK about what is happening and to tell them on the next line of action to follow. Nigeria government tried everything that they can to prevent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from embarking on those journeys that he made when he left the prisons, Kuje prison, when he left Kuje prison. That journey was possible. You know why? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was inside Kuje prisons, I am talking about the Biafra of our dream. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was inside Kuje prisons, Mbochioria Kogbogoya made contacts and took men, brought men together. you ask, how did I know all these things? Oh my goodness me. They brought men together. They brought Ikonso together. They brought Ogidigada. There is one that is called Ogidigada. They brought a lot of them together to plan when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out, that the Nigerian government are planning how to stop Biafra from coming. So what are we going to do to make sure that when Ohamadike comes, we are going to take this message to the next level? Because we need a Biafra where I will be free as a Biafran citizen. We need a Biafra where my people can be free. We need a Biafra where I can have job after I've made my studies, after I've left the universities. We need a Biafra whereby healthcare system is not something that the people will suffer to get. We need a Biafra whereby we have infrastructures in our territory, in our land. They waited for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to rejoin them. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejoined them, their plans, they started the movement. That movement was something that those who never wanted the Biafra of our dream wanted to stop. I want to inform you that the governors, the southeastern governors that we have today, they want a Biafra under their own condition. They want a Biafra of their own terms, not the Biafra of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dream. No, that was the reason why they called for a meeting with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presented to them what he needs for this Biafra of their dream. For this Biafra of their dream to be actualized. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't say he wants him to be the president. He wants to exceed Nigeria. No. He said, okay, you want me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to allow you to take care of the Biafra that I want? Okay, go to Abuja. I want you to go and bring me something. I want seaports. I want airports. I want Iguacha seaport. I want airport. I want the roads in Biafra land to be built. This is the only condition whereby you can now be the governors. You can do anything would you like. But then these are the things that I need. And this is the only thing that I want my people to have that will make me to go back and sit down and hands down and relax and allow you to be the governors and allow you to do whatever you want to do. Because this is the Biafra of your dream. You don't want us to govern ourselves. You don't want us to take in charge of what is happening, of our region. Okay, no problem. But go to Abuja. I need seaports. Iguacha, in Port Harcourt, in Onitsha, in Calabar, in Onitsha. I want you to open all these seaports. I want you to give us refineries. I need all these things. I need good roads. I need good health care. This is the Biafra of my dream. And I know it's the Biafra of Sister Eunice's dream. I know it's the Biafra of Sister Nkiru's dream. I know it is the Biafra of Tutor's dream. I know it's the Biafra of Emeka's dream. I know it's the Biafra of Nonso's dream. I know it is the Biafra of Toti Villa's dream. This is the dream, Biafra, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He gave it to the southeastern governors and said, this is what I want. Go to Abuja and bring me this. If you bring me this, that is all that I need. What did they do? Because they never wanted the Biafra that we desire. They want the Biafra of their terms. They want a Biafra whereby we remain in Nigeria. Nigeria continue to subjugate us. Nigeria continue to kill us. Nigeria continue to decide for us. So therefore, what did they do? They want Biafra on their own terms. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to go to court on September. They sent the military to go and assassinate him because they want a Biafra on their terms. They never wanted a Biafra on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's terms. And that is the reason why I am telling you the Biafra of my dream and the Biafra of your dream is different from the Biafra of their dream. And that Biafra of our dream is very, very feasible. It's very, very possible. And that is why we are working towards it today, and tomorrow. Then when you come to this government, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, after taking it from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafra of our dream, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku now took up that responsibility to take us to that destination of that Biafra of our dream and gave us a government. That is the first step of achieving that Biafra of my dream, that Biafra of your dream. That is the first step, the first very step towards a realization of that dream nation that you are clamoring for. Like I said earlier, dreams come true. If not, nature will not incite us to have them. Dreams will always materialize when you work towards it. If you want to be a doctor, you work towards it. You are going to be a doctor. If you want to be an engineer, you work towards it because you must be that engineer. You have to be consistent. You have to focus. You have to tell, you have to demonstrate that you really want this freedom. You really want this profession. You really want to achieve it. And you have to demonstrate that you are working towards it. So the Biafra of our dream, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's dream, he ushered it in. And when he was taking it step by step, he saw that he is not the one that will accomplish it, that will bring it to fruition. He now told you, you that is following him, he now commanded you and said, go and listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, because Simon Ekpa is bringing another dimension, a new dimension, a new stage to this Biafra that we want. Go and follow him. And Simon Ekpa took it upon himself, took that baton from that particular moment, and gave us a government. That government that we are today is the first step of the realization of that Biafra of our dream that we and you, me and you, are fighting for till tomorrow. Now, I want to ask each and every one of you, if actually you want the Biafra of your dream and you want the Biafra of my dream, I want you to know that that Biafra that you dreamed of having is not the Biafra that the coup plotters dreamed of having. No. That Biafra that you dreamed of having, the Biafra of your dream, is not the Biafra of Ngozi Orabueze's dream. It's not the Biafra of Imam Madabu's dream. It's not the Biafra of Rudi Nnadi's dream. It's not the Biafra of Bryson Ekoma's dream. It's not the Biafra of Choma Ekoma's dream. It is not the Biafra of Adadi Oranjo dream. It is not a Biafra of Remigius dream. It is not a Biafra of Biafra Disunai dream. It is not a Biafra of Madame Van 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 or Madame Ajere dream. No! It is not the Biafra of Osai, Bright Osai's dream. No. Because if it is a dream like we have, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have, these people will always follow the government that the Prime Minister put in motion for us. Because it is that government that will take us to that dream Biafra that we want. I don't know whether anybody understands me. The dreamland, the dream nation, the dream confederation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu handed over to Mazi Simon Ekpa, the dream nation that Mazi Simon Ekpa now gives to us, the government, is not the dream nation, the Biafra of Ngozi Orabueze's dream. It is not the Biafra of Imam Madabu's dream. Their dreams are different from the dream that you and I have. Let me tell you, if you are a criminal, you want a crime country. You want a Biafra where criminality will thrive. If you are a corrupt person, you will want a Biafra where corruption thrives. In other words, your mindset, you will have a mindset of, if there is crime-free Biafra, you will not succeed because you succeed in crime and criminal activities. That is how it works. If you are somebody who is lawless all your life, you are not truthful, you are a liar, you have always invaded the law, you don't obey the law, you don't even want the law, you will always like a nation that is lawless, because that is the nation that you can thrive. That is the only nation where you can succeed. This is the reason why when you see that we are in this government and a lot of people left the dream nation that they are dreaming about, and they are now preventing, they are now fighting against that nation from coming to pass. What does it tell you? What does it tell you? You have to understand that this is not their dream nation. They want a nation that is filled with corruption. They want a nation that is filled with criminality. They want a nation that is filled with fraud. That is the kind of nation that they want. But it's not the kind of nation that I want. It is not the kind of nation that you want. The only way that we can succeed in having our dream nation is when we have the majority of people who want the same nation that you want, fighting for that nation. That is or giving a go ahead for that nation to materialize. That is the only way we can have that nation. And I want to tell you categorically clear now that we are on the higher majority of those who wanted a Biafra of our dream. In 2024, on February, we started a process, self-referendum. Okay, that is the reason why I want you to know that the Biafra of my dream, the Biafra of your dream, our dream is different from the Biafra of their dream. In 2024, on February to be precise, the Biafran people embarked upon self-referendum. That self-referendum was well explained to the people. Why we need self-referendum? Because we want to exit Nigeria. And if you want us, our prime minister, our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, used years and years to educate our people. The reason why we are exiting Nigeria, we were not exiting Nigeria because of marginalization. No. My prime minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, educated Biafrans the reason why we are exiting Nigeria. Because of the lack of acceptance. We are not accepted in Nigeria. We are killed, irrespective of the fact that we contribute the vast majority of human resource and capital development in that country. But yet they hated us with a passion because of lack of acceptance. That is the singular reason. Lack of acceptance. We were never accepted. We were killed. We are dehumanized. We are terrorized. Okay? We are humiliated. We are harassed. We are killed. And to couple it with Islamization, trying to take our land over. That is the height of it. So therefore, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now told us that if we don't rise up for this nation that we dream of, they are going to take it from us. Mazi Simon Ekwanjoko also came up and started educating us as well. The reason why we to be accepted in Nigeria, but Nigeria never accepted us. That awareness that was created is the reason why in 2024, over 50 million Biafrans, voted for the Biafra of their choice, the Biafra of their dream. That was actually what happened in Helsinki 2024. In Finland, Biafrans now demonstrated to the world that they want a Biafra of their dream, not the Biafra of Nigerian politicians' dream. No. So in 2024, Biafrans wholeheartedly, overwhelmingly accepted the Biafra of their dream. And that is the reason why this generation of Biafrans, Biafra must be restored in our own time. This time that we are here, this is the time that Biafra must be restored. And there is nothing that can change it. So, those of you in the government, I want you to understand. I want us to understand, Biafrans, this is very, very important. The reason why Ngozi did not succeed is because the majority of Biafrans want the Biafra of their dream. A Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting for. How many percentage of cabinet members joined Ngozi? How many percentage in monetary terms and in human? You can imagine a cabinet that is filled with cabinet members. How many of the cabinet members followed Ngozi in 2024 sabotage? A lot of them. You come to this one that is happening on 2025. How many cabinet members as well are among the 2025 coup plotters in the same cabinet of our government? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You should be able to think. About 8, if I'm not mistaken, 9 cabinet members are the latest in this coup plot to take over our government, to stop this government, to stop the Biafra of our dream from coming to friction. Who are they working for? Who are they working with? Those who went with Ngozi, who are they working for? Who are they working with? They are not working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not working with Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko. Because Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know, I have the same dream, the same Biafra that I dream of is the same Biafra that they dream of. The same Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dream of is the same Biafra that I want. If it is the same Biafra that all these people wanted, then tell me the reason why these people will not obey the laws of the government that want to give them Biafra. Tell me the reason why these people will not obey the law of the charter that will give them Biafra. This is something that I want each and every one of us to think about. So I want to ask the remaining cabinet members, our acting prime minister, the information minister, the defense minister, the COS of our government, if it is possible, can you people please tell us the remaining people who are in the cabinet? Outside these coup plotters that are left, and the ones that left with Ngozi, there are a lot of them. Then how many still remain in the Biafran Republic government in exile that want the same Biafra that I want, that want the same Biafra that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko wants? Cabinet members who never wanted Biafra to come. There are so many. The Biafra of my dream, your dream, is not the Biafra of their dream. That is why Ngozi wanted to take us over. Ngozi wanted to stop the Biafra from coming. The Biafra of your dream, Ngozi wanted to stop it from coming. The Biafra of our dream, Imam Madabu wanted to stop it from coming. The Biafra of our dream, Madam Van Van wanted to stop it from coming. The Biafra of our dream, Bryce Tinekoma don't want it to come. The Biafra of our dream, Choma Ekoma, Joy Yobi, Obi Obudu. All these people never wanted that Biafra of my dream, your dream, to come to materialization. Who are they working for? Are they working for the Nigerian government? Who do you think they are working for? If they actually want the Biafra of our dream to come true, then why are they antagonizing the government of Biafra that we are now aware that is the only government that is fighting for our freedom? I want you to understand that the Biafra that these people want is different from the Biafra that we want. They want a Biafra that have part, they have a pact, an agreement with Nigeria. That is not the Biafra that I want. And I know it's not the Biafra that you want. You are in America. You are in Europe. You are in US. You are in Canada. And all around the world, you have seen how things work. You have seen how things function. You have seen how the government take care of their citizens. You have seen how the government responds to issues, accidents, floods, and all the rest of them. That is what you want to replicate in our land. You remember what Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, said? He said he is going to bring Finland to Biafra. He is going to bring Finland to Biafra. That is because he has seen what is happening in Finland. He has seen how the government is taking care of the Finnish citizen and the Finnish people. And that was why he wants the Biafra of his dream, whereby Biafrans can now enjoy what the kind of infrastructures that the Finnish people are enjoying. This is the Biafra of his dream. The same thing applies to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is the reason why Mazi Simon Ekpa gave us a government that can be able to take us through to that government, that can be able to take us through to that Biafra of our dream. And he put cabinet members who are going to function as government functionaries that will take us to that Biafra of his dream and my dream. But unfortunately, Obidiao, a lot of people that are in that government, Brigi government, they don't have the mindset, the same mindset of Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Neither do they have the mindset of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why Ngozi Orabueze never wanted the Biafra of Prime Minister's dream. She betrayed. And those who followed her have the same mindset with her. That is why Imam Madabo never wanted the Biafra of Mazi Simon Ekpa's dream. That is why him and his group at this time are betraying the government, are betraying that template that was laid for that Biafra of our dream to materialize. So, how many of them still remain in the cabinet? Biafrans, we must ask this question. It is very, very important. How many betrayed with Ngozi? The same cabinet. How many betrayed with Imam Madabu? The same cabinet. How many remain? So that we know who and who want a Biafra of my dream and your dream. This is very, very important. And for that Biafra of your dream to materialize, because they are not going to stop it from coming to pass. For that Biafra of your dream to materialize, we have today to start funding the Biafran Defense Forces. They have the key. Hawaji, Igodo. They have the key to making sure that that Biafra of your dream comes true. Wonderful people and lovers of freedom. The Biafran Defense Forces have the key. They only need you. They only need you to support the key that they have. And the only way you can support is to financially donate to the Biafran Defense Forces. I want to appreciate every one of you. You have to ask these questions. How many of the cabinet members who want the Biafra of your dream and my dream are still remaining in Biafran Republic government in exile cabinet today? How many are they? We want to know, because it is very, very appalling. Very, very appalling that a lot of the cabinet members do not have the same mindset that I have, do not have the same mindset that you have. They do not have the same mindset that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko and our leader have. They don't have it. And that is why they are falling apart. They are falling apart. So how many of them are still remaining in that cabinet today? How many? We have to find out from the cabinet members. We have to find out from information department. They have to be scrutinized. The intelligence departments of our government have to go to work so that they can be able to release the list of those who are still remaining in the cabinet that don't have the mindset of Biafra. They don't have the Biafra of your dream and my dream. They have to be evicted from their positions in that cabinet so that you and I, those of us who have the same mindset of that dream, can be appointed into that cabinet for Biafra to be restored and our leaders released. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want you, today is another fundraising. Today is another wonderful fundraising that you're going to come up. Each and every one of you is expected to be there. Even if you don't have anything to donate today, come and give the moral support to our people, because Gudu Gudu Bugweze. togetherness, we can be able to achieve a lot. Okay? It is very, very important. I want to appreciate every one of you who joined me this morning. I appreciate you, Alozie. Thank you for joining me. Alozie, I see you. I see you. Biafra and oh my goodness me, Biafra and beyond. I see you, my brother Everest. I see you, Chichi. Thank you for joining me. I see you, Nene. Thank you, Onyi Floxy. I see you as well. Adrene, I see you. Wow, I see a lot of you, Eunice. I see you. I didn't know that a lot of people joined me anyway because where I am, I have a lot. Wow. Thank you so much. Emenike, I see you. Monday Osai, I see you. I see each and every one of you who joined me. Senator Endless Love, thank you so much. Chris, Sister Eunice, Onyi, Toti, I see each and every one of you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, my wonderful comrade, for joining me this morning. Please let me make it a point of duty today to come and support the Biafran Defense Forces. They are doing exceptionally well, wonderful people. These people are doing exceptionally well. They are delegitimizing the terrorist Nigerian government and they are getting it woto. Promise, no be small thing, no. If una see video, una head go there, I give it up. Biafran Defense Force is the best military now that we have in Africa. If not the world, the best military is Biafran Defense Forces. They obey the rules of engagement. And that is why the land of our ancestors will continue to be with them. So today, my wonderful Biafrans, please join us tonight, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., or rather 8 p.m., as the case may be, Biafran time. We have to come out in mass and support our government. We have to come out in mass and support the Biafran Defense Forces. Very, very important. Don't make use of the old website. Oh. Let me remind each and every one of us. The old website was hijacked by the coup plotters, Imam Madabu and group. So don't go there say you are paying money to the old account. It will go to Ngozi because they want to offset the Ngozi case. They want to use it to pay money to Ngozi so that Ngozi will be free from the suit from the lawsuit. This is actually why they wanted to destroy our acting prime minister. If you don't know, don't worry. A day is coming where we are going to reveal a lot of things that have happened in this government that most of our people don't understand. So when I see people, you see Rafa Jaire talking shit. Rafa Jaire is an instrument of destabilization in this government. Is an instrument. Rafa Jaire, Ada Nigeria, or you call it I don't know. Messi or Messi, which is Adadio Oranjo, Remy Juice, Biafra Disunite. All these people are instruments that is used to make sure that the Biafra of our dreams never materialize. But they have failed because over 50 million Biafrans voted for Biafra of their dream, and that dream must come to pass. Tonight, come and demonstrate that you love your government. Come and demonstrate that you love Biafra. Come and demonstrate that you want the actualization of the Biafra of your dream. Very, very important. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will always replenish your pocket and bless you whatever you donate to support the Biafran Defense Forces. Even if you don't have, please come out and give moral support to the Biafran people. I really appreciate everybody who joined me this morning. I appreciate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I appreciate our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. I also appreciate the acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. Ogechukwu Nkere. That man tell you, say, he no be good guy. And there is a word that he said that gladdens my heart. In the memo that he sent, he said, the era of sabotage has gone. The era of sabotage has gone. So You know what that means. So come tonight and support the Biafran Defense Forces. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will always bless you and replenish your pocket. So thank you so much for joining me, Biafrans. I will be rounding out from here. See you next time, next day. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so right now. Like, share, and subscribe so that anytime I come live, you are going to get notification. Thank you so much, my wonderful people. Airborne to the Biafran Defense Forces. As I will sign out from here, I still remain Mazi David Nnanna, signing out from my location. Ndewo no mu Chineke.